All right, welcome in, welcome in. We got what is it? Week 13 already?
I know. Can you believe it?
Week 13's Thanksgiving special. I thought Thanksgiving was like way earlier in the fantasy season, like week wise. I was thinking
Mhm.
like maybe like week 10 if you asked me.
Okay.
Like this is like damn near fantasy playoffs
Yeah.
for
Yeah, it does
Thanksgiving.
seem like it's I don't know, it almost does seem like it's later than usual, but yeah, we're here and we have a slate of three games tomorrow on American Thanksgiving. Of course, you're Canadian. Uh
Yep.
and then of course we also have a game on Black Friday. So yeah, we've got four games to talk about. Of course, we can talk about games on Sunday as well. But yeah, I'm sure the main focus will be these next four games here.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have questions, start sits. There's a lot of good players, a lot of good like fantasy players. I noticed like Dallas plays, the Lions. I guess the Packers have kind of been a pretty disappointing team because that Kraft injury. Love's been bad, but I hear Jacobs is back, so um, it might be Christian Watson's been heating up. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Talk about kind of coming out of the woodwork there, and no one was talking about Christian Watson all off season, but
My God, yeah. In fact, I mean, I had picked him up off of waivers in a dynasty league with relatively shallow benches, and I had just like stashed him on IR.
yeah,
So like when he was coming back healthy, I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do with him now? Like I don't have any roster room for him, so I just needed to get like rid of him. I mean, at the time, I didn't think like anyone would give me like anything for him,
mm-hmm.
so I'm just like, I put him, I gave him the nickname for like what I would take in a trade. I just put like 25 fab,
Yeah.
and I was almost surprised someone even offered it to me. I didn't think anyone would want him, and yeah, so I mean, I always thought he was a good player, but
Yeah.
I don't know, coming off the torn ACL and all those receivers in Green Bay,
Yeah.
I didn't expect much.
You know what? I really fumbled because I think you drafted him a couple times, and like honestly, when you did it, I was like kind of thinking like that's like round 23 or something. Like okay, that's pretty good. Like that's a
Mm,
pretty good pick. Like there's
yeah,
what are you gonna lose? You know what I mean? I'd rather have
right.
him than Tank Dell, who was completely off my board and going much earlier. So you know
Mm,
what? When it came down to it, though, kind of my issue is then I get all my Alec. Alec Pierce was one of your big guys, and then
yeah,
I was like in trying to target him and whatever. You get Daniel Jones. I got in the draft like round 18,
right.
and then you just lose sight, and you're like, no, I need this backup quarterback. I need
Yeah,
this. So yeah,
yeah.
I never ended up getting any Christian Watson, but
Mm.
that was just a mistake. I should have been looking to add him because no one cared. I suppose looking back now, I mean, my God, it should have been. It should be a really crowded receiver room. It pretty much is, but he's kind of got a role there now.
I, I mean, he's always had the talent, but the frustrating thing is he was always so injury prone. And of course, like big play dependent as well. So, yeah, I mean, it was just kind of hard to get too excited about him. But I mean, I guess the price was good. The problem was like in the one league I drafted him, there just wasn't a big bench. I mean, if the
Yeah.
bench was bigger, I happily would have stashed him and waited for him to get healthy. I just didn't expect him to hit the ground running like he has.
No.
Now there's a chance Jaden Reed, I believe, might be back for the game tomorrow. I haven't. I mean, we should pull up the latest update on that. I mean,
I,
we
I
used to be big Jaden Reed fans. I mean, I don't know exactly how to feel about him now. I mean, he's not like overly exciting, but I don't know. Maybe he's a little slept on. Maybe he's like semi interesting, but I mean, he's probably not someone you want to be starting tomorrow, even if he is active.
yeah, I'm not gonna be starting with an absolute pinch. And speaking of Jaden Reed, by the way, Coda just joined chat here, so
Hey,
what's up,
welcome.
Coda? And Coda, I don't know if you saw the deal in DGens. I just traded Jaden Reed.
Yeah,
I guess I kind of have some Jaden Reeds just sitting around on some teams. You and I have them on our team on IR.
yeah.
Haven't really thought about Jaden Reed much since he got hurt. And
Hey, we turned him into a Derrick Henry. I mean, that looked like a good deal to me
yeah, he put a second up for. I didn't have a second, and so we,
for Henry.
for EC listed a second up, like give me a second for Henry, and
Oh wow, I didn't see that.
I figured I'd jump on that before anyone else saw
My
that, and
God.
so I had to add a third or whatever to Jaden Reed or whatever because I mean he
Yeah.
knows value Jaden Reed, but yeah, I mean I'm actually pretty intrigued because also I don't know if you saw the play that he got hurt on. He had like a decent week one. I think he was hurt going into week one though, and he had like limited usage. So he
Hmm.
only played like 30% of snaps, scored a touchdown. Week two though, early on, and when he broke his collarbone, he actually scored like a 50-yard touchdown on the play, and then it was
Okay.
reversed because of a holding or something or
Oh,
something.
I see.
So
Okay.
it wasn't like he dropped it. So, anyways, like Reed, I don't know. I mean, there is a scenario where Reed maybe ended up could have been a hot player in fantasy. I don't
Yeah.
know. I am kind of intrigued just remembering, like, the past times, how excited we were about him.
Yeah.
We went over our way to trade for him last year after a couple weeks in the season. I mean, he was pretty electric. So he does feel pretty limited. His ceiling, just a slot guy. But yeah, I mean, he could be a guy on a radar for start sits and stuff soon here.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if he makes any impact during the game.
If
But
he
yeah, I
plays.
mean, I think maybe part of the reason why it's hard to get like too excited about him from a dynasty perspective is it kind of seems like the ship has sailed on him ever being like worth anything. But that still doesn't mean he couldn't be productive. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I mean, look at like Wandale Robinson. Like, I mean, Wandale Robinson's probably never going to be worth like a first or a first plus or anything like that. But he's been a damn good receiver this year. So yeah, could Jaden Reed kind of be like maybe the next Wandale Robinson potentially?
Yeah, and I mean, like as far as talent, like he could certainly be better. Just yeah, he's not a guy you're investing into. Like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
hit and he's gonna skyrocket. I mean, he actually technically might rocket up in value if he's good, but he is a guy that could just kind of live in your flex and be a useful player. Maybe he
Yeah, I mean,
even
he's not too old yet. I mean, what is he like 24, maybe
I
25 at
think
the
he's
most?
25
25.
for
Okay,
now.
yeah.
But what's kind of interesting is like if he were to, well, number one, I do think Green Bay needs him right now with the loss of Kraft. I do think he could be really have that kind of that yak role and stuff over the middle of
The
the
middle of the
field.
field, yeah.
They're really missing that, and you can see it with Love's really been struggling. But I do think that I mean, what if he went to another team? Can Jaden Reed run routes on the outside? We don't know because they don't ask him to do it. Maybe he can. They just obviously we know that they have so many decent receivers in Green
Yeah.
Bay that it could be one of those interesting things where like a change of scenario could really help him out. Like for
So
just a
change
different
scenario.
different
Oh,
role. Like he could be 100% snap player on a different team. Maybe we don't know that.
I see what you mean. Yeah. But I mean, in terms of the rest of the season, I mean, I guess like the absolute, like probably like ceiling outcome would be like, could he be what Josh Downs was last year, which was like, what was he like 13 and a half points per game, something like
Yeah.
that?
I
Um,
go as far as say, can he just be what he was in his rookie season? Like he was,
yeah.
he was useful in his rookie season.
Oh yeah, I mean he was hot second half of the season. Didn't do too much in the first half, but basically, I think the Colts is kind of an interesting comparison from last year because there was no Tyler Warren there, just like how
That's
Tucker
right.
Kraft is out right now. So yeah, could he? And Josh Downs had a really good season.
Yeah.
Downs hasn't been nearly as good this year with Tyler Warren in there. So I think yeah, there maybe could be a similarity there. So maybe that's kind of like the ceiling for him this year, but
Yep.
that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, one thing about him is he does score a lot of touchdowns. You got to notice for the end zone and some big
Yeah,
plays. So
yeah,
I mean, if there was ever a floor for Jaden Reed, like just for volume, if they actually just made an effort, kind of like they were early on, to just get him the ball around the line of scrimmage, like he
Mhm.
would genuinely could be an elite fantasy asset. It's just I don't think I feel like if that were to happen, we would have probably seen it by now. Them really commit to getting him the ball like that. So yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I am interested to see how his return is. I don't even know how to value him. But a redraft, man, if you've had him on your IR or whatever, I guess maybe you drafted him. Maybe someone dropped him. I don't know. I'd at least be intrigued. Be a lot, would be a decently exciting guy. You just never know if he has a good game when he's back, and
Yeah.
might kind of just pop out of nowhere in playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on kind of like how deep your league is, but I mean, if you're struggling a bit at receiver and he's, sitting on waivers and you got someone you could drop, I
Yep.
mean, you definitely don't think he's a bad pickup.
Yeah, I mean, but people are rostering some pretty gross receivers out there. A
Yeah.
lot more grosser than Reed, so got to keep an
Yeah,
eye on
for
him.
sure.
I guess that's enough Jade Reed
Yeah, yeah,
talk.
exactly. Yeah. Hey, well, we hadn't talked about him in a really long time, so I guess we had missed it apparently. So we had to catch up.
Yeah, so what else we got here? I think as we're letting people come into the chat, maybe what else?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, while we wait for people to, come into the chat and ask some questions, I mean, do we want to maybe just kind of start going through like game by game here and just kind of talk about like maybe the players that are kind of like on the borderline, maybe some of the injuries that like might have an impact? I mean, of course, we could start with the Lions Packers. They
Yeah.
start at 1 p.m. tomorrow, which is a half hour later than usual. So heads up on that.
Oh, wow,
Um,
okay.
Not sure why they moved it up, but in any case, Yeah, so Josh Jacobs missed last week due to an injury. So is he officially back? Like, is he practicing full? Is he off the injury report?
He's back. I just learned that because my buddy curling, he has Jacobs, and so we were talking a little bit of fantasy, and I had Emmanuel. I just picked up Emmanuel Wilson and flexed him. I was saying, oh man, I hope Jacobs is out. No, sure enough, he was ready to tell me Jacobs is back. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is official. I just went and dropped Emmanuel Wilson. So if you're tight on some roster spots, I mean, I want to hang on to him maybe a week if you can. I in my situation I couldn't. I still think he's pretty interesting as a handcuff.
Oh yeah, I mean we saw that last week. I mean, what do you have? 2 touchdowns and scored a lot of fantasy points. I mean, so
full PPR points. So yeah,
yeah, I mean I started Emmanuel Wilson everywhere I had him, which was probably just like a couple spots, but yeah, really nice production there. So hopefully Jacobs. Well, don't want him to do too much against my Lions, but hey, I'll root for a shootout. But yeah, I mean fire up Jacobs. I mean not an amazing matchup. I mean, Detroit is second against running backs for fantasy, but I don't really care too much about that. So yeah, I mean, you're firing up Jacobs, no question about that.
You're firing up those the receivers. Like I know there's not great options in Green Bay, but you got to fire up Dobbs, and if you're really down bad, you got to fire up Watson. And I mean, I think you could fire up Love in it, like if you just don't have any better options, because I mean, dude, like. The Lions, they made JJ McCarthy kind of look all right. Like, I mean, Winston's going all over them. Like, I don't.
Oh yeah, Winston had a. I mean, what'd you say in the league chat of? Was it listener? You were like, this is like all time Winston. Jameis Winston right here.
This is like, yeah. I mean, this is. I don't know. That game is like you could just frame that, and if anyone ever asked you like who Jameis Winston was, like you just show them that one.
Show them that game.
Just show them that play, like. That was something, man. I was just like dying laughing seeing because what happened was when I saw that play at first, like it was like a red zone. I thought that was Isaiah Hodgkins because he's like number 19 is like what Winston is, and I'm like,
okay,
why does that like receiver look so like wonky? Like that does not look like a. And then I took a closer look, because I got like the Vikings game on the background, I think at the same time or whatever, some game, and I'm like, oh my god, that was Jameis Winston! Like holy smokes.
It's funny. Like I don't know what it was, but like, maybe it was just the fact that it was a trick play. But like, I was also confused. I'm like, wait, who the heck is that? Like, who was that? And then they say it was like Jameis Winston. I'm like, oh my god, like, are you kidding me? Yeah. So
all I can think of is like, I mean, I didn't know. Like, I figured the Lions would be decent match. I did play Winston, and I played him against you. I played him against you in D-Gens, and I was looking at my options like Geno Smith and Kirk Cousins, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know. There's something about like Winston that just felt too fun. Yeah. I had no idea he was gonna be catching touchdowns and some electric game.
But hey, like I always say, to get a piece of that. Offensive skill players or quarterbacks or whatever, basically fantasy relevant offensive players. Like so often they have like their career game against the Detroit Lions. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it so many times over the years. So sure enough, like Winston's having this. I mean, I don't know if he could like. I mean, I'm sure. I don't know. He's probably had better games, but I mean, it was a really good game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's had like 8 or game or 2, but that was great. That was like 37 fantasy points or something. That was insane.
Oh, was it that much? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, well, he had like a 40-yard receiving touchdown. That's kind of where
it helps.
A big chunk went. But yeah, that was quite the game there. And then what else? I don't know. I guess we were just talking about. That Lions Packers. I guess that's a way to say I would be pretty happy to play some Packers stuff. I mean, I know that the players themselves aren't too electric, but it does seem like the Lions are like a really good matchup for the pass game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, their games tend to turn into shootouts a lot. I mean, basically what happened with the Giants-Lions game. So yeah, and Dobbs has been really solid all year. So yeah, I think fire him up unless you really just have like elite options. And Christian Watson, you're probably firing him up in most cases. And yeah, I would wait and see what Jaden Reed does. And then, I mean, on the Lions side, I mean, you're probably starting like most of your Lions. I mean, obviously like Gibbs and St. Brown. I mean, probably JMO is someone that people might be wondering about. I mean, it's not a great matchup. He's coming off the goose egg. I think he did have like a 40-yard catch or something that was like called back on a penalty. But only had 3 targets in the last game. It's a bit unusual, especially considering it was a good matchup against the Giants. It was a pretty high-scoring game. No Sam Laporta. You would have thought, JMO would have been a bigger part of the game plan. So I'm not sure exactly why he wasn't, but I guess you can just sort of write it off to the Jameson Williams experience. Like there's just gonna be random
Yeah.
ups and downs. So
Pretty much, yeah. I'm not gonna really overthink it. In a league, I got him. I mean, unless you got like an obvious matchup over him,
yeah.
you gotta kind of fire. I mean, hey, Thanksgiving, maybe you get a. That sounds like a game where like Jameson Williams could get a trick play, or they always bring out the trick plays on Thanksgiving for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, they want to show off a little.
Yeah, they always got the flea flicker going and all this stuff, but
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. Maybe that's hey, maybe that could be a boost for JMO, a very slight boost. I'm sure he'd be I don't know, on the receiving or the giving end of that, but
What they really haven't done with him too much, I feel like this year, is like giving him like rushing attempts, like end arounds and that kind of thing. I mean,
yeah.
he can be really good at that. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to look up his stat sheet for the year, but I feel like they haven't. I can't even specifically remember any time they've given him a handoff. So maybe they're due for that. I mean, that'd be kind of fun. I mean, he can definitely take one of those to the house. I mean, didn't he do that against the Niners in the conference championship game a couple years ago? So. Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't say like JMO's like a must start, but he's probably just a guy that for the most part, you're not trying to like guess like when the good games are going to come. You're probably just like firing him up every week, or he's just like on your bench and you're only starting him when you absolutely have to. So yeah, it's probably like one or the other. So I mean, because if you're trying to pick and choose, like good luck with that with JMO. So I would just say if you normally start him. I wouldn't see any reason to bench him here.
Yeah. Like I got him in a league with like Trey Tucker and I don't know some other stuff. Chris Rodriguez. I'm just gonna fire up JMO.
Fire him up. Yeah, definitely. And then David Montgomery. I mean, I think at this point he's probably more of like a desperation start. I mean, he could certainly have like a random spike week and like randomly score 2 touchdowns or break off a big play or you never know. But I think he's just more of a desperation start. I mean, it really does feel like the Jahmyr Gibbs show at this point.
Yeah. I mean, he's been a guy, like, I think I was messaging you, like, I keep kind of running into owners in Dynasty where I'm, like, looking at David Montgomery, and I'm like, I guess I wasn't really thinking enough about how good the handcuff part still is, but just as, like, a play right now, I'm like, man, his, I mean, and he's trending down, and they keep saying they're going to give him the ball. Again, I'm not going to be shocked if he just kind of, like, randomly gets 12 carries or something this week or next week, but is he going to get that the week after? I don't know. So he is kind of he's like a nice desperation play. If you got really nothing else obvious, he could always fall in the end zone or make a big play.
Yeah, I feel like I do feel like he's kind of due. Like I feel like if I were a betting man, like I feel like he probably just like scores a touchdown in this game, like some way, somehow. So I definitely wouldn't be afraid to start him up, to fire him up if you really don't have too many other options. I mean, if it's between like him and, Tajay Spears or, guys like that, like, I mean, I guess you could kind of take your pick, but I'd probably start Montgomery.
Yeah, he's pretty much like in that tier. In fact, like I'd have to like look at what Spears is actually doing. You actually might get like a minus the touchdown part. I think the touchdown part is what could give you like the lean on Montgomery if he actually is
exactly. Yeah.
But if I don't know if they have the same touchdown expectation, like I mean you could just kind of fire up one of those receiving backs with little carries over potentially.
Well, how about this? I mean, another guy I thought it was like Chris Rodriguez, although I saw he was added to the injury report. So
I was thinking the same thing. Like
it makes it tricky with Montgomery playing on Thanksgiving. So I mean, I'll have to look up. I'll see what exactly the update is with like Rodriguez. But if you're choosing between those two, I mean, even if they were both healthy, I could see going Montgomery. But I think especially with the injury, if you want to play it safe, like I could see just in that situation, just fire up Montgomery.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think though, if he's healthy, like I was thinking the same thing. I'd probably just start Rodriguez this week, the way he's been playing. Okay. Like as far as just he's getting more carries. It
is a bad matchup. I mean, they're home against the Broncos, so
I mean, that is a terrible matchup. Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, I don't worry too much about it. I mean, the schedule does get a lot better after that. So I mean, Rodriguez really could be a decent factor rest of the season. I mean, especially in like non-PPR leagues if anyone still plays in those. Of course, he has a limited receiving upside, but yeah, I mean, coming off a good game, 15 for 79. So let's see what the update is on him. I mean, I don't know if too many people are starting him. I guess it's just an illness. It says he's under the weather. So, I don't know. On the one hand, it's like, oh, it's not that serious, but like, who knows? Like, he could have the flu, or I mean, it could cause him to miss a game. You never know. So, but yeah, if you have a decision like that where maybe you have a kind of borderline running back in the same kind of tier who's questionable, I think Montgomery is fine to fire up.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think the same thing there.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you have a better option, but again, if you don't, like, I think you could do a lot worse.
Yeah, let's talk about that next game there. Chiefs Cowboys.
That could be a fun one.
Yeah,
That could be a fun one.
the Cowboys. Yeah, I mean they've been just such an awesome team. I mean, literally, yeah, NFC Bengals so far.
Hmm.
And honestly, I think I mean I heard people saying that comp in the offseason that quickly kind of came to fruition. Like that's exactly what they are this year.
Yeah.
And one thing I'd note, by the way, is like I remember Hawkeyes was saying this to me one time. I think maybe before he came on the stream. It's
Mhm.
like his strategy for redraft or whatever, and even maybe in Dynasty he'll start making trades. Is he looks at teams, who like an actual maybe good or great potential offense, and he's just got a trash like what team like that just has a trash defense, like an actual trash defense.
Right.
And I actually remembered him saying that, which I mean I really like the Cowboys as is, and I swear when I kept clicking like especially one in this league where Trent from Grease Bowls and I'd be like dominating like our home league redraft right now. And it's like big thanks to George Pickens. Like I don't really have any other like good receivers like at all. I busted on Matthew Golden and Travis Hunter, but George Pickens has just completely made it up. So I do like shout out to Hawkeyes for like I like that strategy. It's not gonna work all the time, but I remember thinking about that, and I heard some other people kind of talking about the same thing, and I really think that. I mean, it's really paid off. If you did that with the Bengals last year, and I mean, heck, maybe even the Bengals this year, minus the Burrow stuff, injury, we can't predict that. But same with the Cowboys here this year.
Yeah, I feel like I want to say like Andrew Prangle was also talking about that at some point, kind of as a strategy, and so yeah, I mean, it really is kind of like that hidden like X factor or like extra edge for like for your fantasy player that really kind of gives them that extra boost. So yeah, I do think it's kind of an underrated strategy in fantasy that really isn't like talked about too much. I mean, I feel like we'll talk about it once it's happening, like, oh man, like this defense is so terrible and like it's really helping all the fantasy players on the offensive side of the ball. But I feel like we never look at it in advance as much as we should and trying to like predict that.
Exactly, and it can be tough. That's why. I mean, because like the Falcons kind of looked like. I mean, they did make some additions. They even traded a first away for this next upcoming season for like an extra edge rusher in the first round, and they're a team that just completely transformed. They've been. I know they kind of. I think I figured out what's going on with the Bryce Young. Apparently, they have had a ton of injuries basically in the last couple of weeks, so they're kind of falling apart. But the Falcons, when healthy, have been like just an amazing defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, my God, they were awful last year. So there are times where we, maybe the roster doesn't shift too much, but maybe there's, I don't know, like a new coaching hire or something that can swap it. So it can be kind of, you could kind of fall for a trap, but I would say when there's something as obvious as like the Bengals last season, and then like the Cowboys, okay, they trade away Parsons, like Trayvon Diggs, like I don't even know the last time I heard his name ever called out as like being a good corner and coming off injuries. I mean, they had no one, so yeah, something great to keep in mind for the future there for sure.
Yeah, but it does seem like the Cowboys have been like a dream matchup this year for both quarterbacks and wide receivers. So yeah, I mean, definitely fire everyone up. And yeah, speaking of Andrew, I mean, I actually just had a big trade with him in Grease Bowl, the Dynasty League, and acquired Patrick Mahomes from him. And seems like a good time to trade for Patrick Mahomes with the Cowboys on the slate here. So,
that's right.
I would not be surprised if like Mahomes just has like a monster game here.
Yeah, I was looking because I think I need you to win a Grease Bowl. Like I forget.
Do you?
Raider Hero.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh no, like you just traded Allen and Bucky. Although I think Bucky won't really be useful anyways this week. Probably won't be useful this week by the sounds of it. But then I'm like, who are the Chiefs playing? I'm like, oh my God, they're playing the Cowboys. Okay.
Yep. Perfect.
Drop 40.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could definitely see like I mean, if I can just, dream here for a second, I mean, not that it even matters, but I guess for your sake it does, but I could totally see like a 400-yard, like 5-touchdown kind of game. Like, I feel like he's due for it. I mean, his production's been down the past 3 weeks, and then he also had like the bye week in there. So it's been like, basically like over 4 weeks, real time, since we've seen like a big Patrick Mahomes game.
Yeah.
And for a while there, like really like first half of the season, I mean, he was the QB1.
He was, yeah.
And yeah, it just really has quieted down since then. So I feel like it could just, we could see a sudden spike here tomorrow.
No, yeah, absolutely. I was pumped to see that, like that he plays the Cowboys because that's
Yeah.
like a dream. That you might have a chance to win that matchup now. Honestly, like just off Patrick Mahomes and maybe a couple
Yeah.
other things going your way there.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I feel like in the past, like I do occasionally seem to have some good luck with like trading for a player like at like the perfect time. And so I could just totally see that happening again. I mean, like just as an example, in the same league, Grease Bowl, we were talking about Jaden Reed earlier. I remember I traded for him, and it was like right before that Brazil game where he had
yeah,
like the
yeah.
game of his life there. It was like, oh man, like I just crushed this trade. Like this is amazing. So probably should have sold him high right after that game. So I don't know if Mahomes goes for puts up a
That's right.
40 or 50 burger, like I might have to
You might have
immediately
to
flip
just
him,
yeah, you might just
tear,
have
tear
to
him down. Yeah,
yeah learn from the Jaden Reed factor
yes,
there. Yeah, I mean
exactly.
that should be a fun game. I mean, I hope the Chiefs just want to I don't know win a football game and not. Hopefully the Cowboys force them to like actually play football. Basically, like
Yeah, I hope this isn't a situation where they're like, we don't really want to be here. It's Thanksgiving. We just want to like go home and eat turkey with our families. Like, I hope it's just like, I hope everyone's like into the game and showing up with passion. And I hope it's a wild shootout. Like, I hope the Chiefs like defense. If there's someone that shouldn't show up, I hope it's the Chiefs defense because then we
yeah.
could just like a 50-40 kind of game.
Man, yeah, that would be awesome. And I think the Chiefs. I mean, I'm hoping that them kind of just playing like cowards like the last whatever it is like 3 seasons now. I mean, hopefully they're kind of getting forced now. I mean, let's just pray their defense. Yeah, it just I don't know turns to junk here. Maybe even as the season goes on, and hopefully for the future. But
Yeah.
they have kind of I don't know. We did have seen a new Mahomes a bit, but like they're still kind of running the same offense. Kareem Hunt had 30 carries last week. I know Pacheco was out. He
My
had 30
God.
carries. Like
Dude, I saw your comment in the league chat of Blood, Sweat, and Beers where you were like, Dino was looking for a running back, and he said something like, "Oh, someone who gets like 12 plus carries," and you're like, and you wrote back like, "How about 30 carries?" And I'm like, I'm trying to think like what player are you even talking about?
not
Here? I
CMC.
didn't even have time to like look it up, but my God.
Not CMC, not James Cook, Kareem Hunt. I actually started him. Actually, I don't know. I probably didn't start him in that league. Actually, I don't know. I might have started him in that league. I know he started him in another league and got a big win because of it. Because he had like a pretty good game.
That's insane.
I felt really gross doing it. I got him in a couple leagues sitting around from last year where he was useful.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, it's funny. He was one of the guys. I don't know if you had any of him. I was like, the amount of times I nearly dropped a Kareem Hunt share. Like, I just wanted to, but I don't know what possessed me to keep on hanging on to him. So he's kind of surprising.
Well, I know we have definitely like talked about. I remember there was like one start sit show where like I feel like we talked about Kareem Hunt quite a bit for whatever reason, and I remember like saying about him, he's just that like annoying player that I feel like I usually don't own him, but of course you play against him every once in a while, and he's just that annoying player that like he shouldn't do much. But he like always scores more than you think he's going to. And he's just that like annoying player to play against. Like, he's like the new like Matt Asiata. Like that was someone I would always like to play against, and he would like score 2 touchdowns, randomly.
Yeah, the dude. I actually like speaking of that too. Yeah, I played against I can only think of playing Kareem Hunt one time, and it was in Waste Management. And not only did he like pull this big upset off on one of Kareem Hunt's good games, but he also like ended up beating us in the median too. So we went from like the double win to the double loss because of Kareem Hunt in the fourth quarter against like Jacksonville or something like that. He scored a touchdown.
Wow. That's
I'm like,
brutal.
are you joking? His best week this season. My God.
Oh yeah. In fact, I mean, in the Crazy Tight End Premium League, I played against Kareem Hunt week 5. He had 7 carries, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Jags. It's just
that's the week I played.
Of course I'm playing against Kareem Hunt this week,
Yeah, that was the week I played him. There was no reason to playing him. Pacheco was active, and
yeah.
I was like,
it made no sense. So yeah, isn't that funny? Both of us played against him that week. So, but hey, at least he was on your side this past week. But yeah, 30 carries is wild. I mean, I'm looking at his game log. His second most carries this season in a game is 13. So he went from 13 at the highest to 30 out of nowhere. Like, my God.
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually didn't even start in Blood, Sweat, and Beers, but it's because I played Matt Chaos, so I didn't need to. But the other one, thankfully, that worked.
Okay, so are you is lightning going to strike twice here? If the Chiefs, discovered something here, I mean, are you firing up Kareem Hunt if you're a little desperate? I mean, what do you think of him here? It's at Dallas. it's a green matchup on Sleeper, but I have heard that the Cowboys' run defense has been playing better lately. I think due to getting a couple of defensive players back from injury.
Okay.
So yeah, what are your thoughts on Hunt in this game?
Honestly, it's a great question. Like, yeah, I mean, I could kind of package him in that territory where it's like Montgomery, where
Yeah,
like, look, if you just need a guy to fall in the end zone and yeah, maybe
yeah.
get 10 plus carries, I think you can do a lot worse than Kareem Hunt. I'm
I
certainly
mean,
not
yeah.
excited.
I think you. Yeah. Sorry. I was starting to say something. Apologies to interrupt you, but I was just gonna say, like, I think you probably got to fire him up over Montgomery. I mean, like, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna get 30 carries again, but I mean, if he even gets half of that, I mean, that could be more than Montgomery gets.
Yeah, I mean, Pacheco will be back, but like, Pacheco's just been.
Oh,
Like,
that's right. I totally forgot about Pacheco, but yeah, I think I did hear that like he might be on like a bit of a limited role in his first game back. Let me pull up his player card.
That would make sense. I haven't seen that, but that's kind of what I'm already like assuming is like he's been questionable, and yeah, I mean he missed the game Sunday, and here we are on Thursday. So
yeah, I mean I definitely wouldn't be firing up Pacheco unless you're in like a 16-team league and got like no one else. But yeah, I can't remember where I read or heard that. So yeah, don't quote me on that. Maybe we got to look into that a little bit more. But I mean,
it adds up.
I'm the only one Pacheco, and it's it's in Grease Bowl where I'm. Well, I guess maybe I need to know whether to start or not, so I can win for your benefit here. So okay, so what do you think? Like, should I fire up Pacheco? I think I originally had him in my lineup, and I'm rebuilding now, so I mean I don't have a ton of great options. I think I took him out though, and I think I put in like Evan Ingram instead. So I don't know. It's kind of pick your poison there, but. I'll start wherever you want me to.
Let me pull up this. I would
pull up Grease Bowl. I mean, actually,
basically say don't play Pacheco.
Actually, I mean, do you want to screen share just so people can see what we're looking at here?
Yeah, let's pull this up here.
Yeah, let's do a screen share.
Maybe someone can get some input here of what they think. But yeah, in my man, like I have one Pacheco, Matt and I really I would cut him, like honestly, like very close to. Like I mean, maybe that's like a little overboard, but like just get rid of him, like what's Sir? I mean, he's really just hurting on a team on a league like that. You don't have like
I mean, I'm sure you'd take like any fourth for him if it was. I mean, I don't know what your co-manager Matt would say about that. But.
I would, yeah. I mean, I guess he could like technically go to another team, so it could be a good investment. Like I don't know if you can flip some junk for him in other leagues, but that's such a shallow bench. Like, my God, yeah, he's been bad in redraft. Like I don't know, are people actually rostering Pacheco? I would have dumped him like ages ago.
I'm sure in most shallow leagues he's probably sitting on waivers, unless he's just on someone's team where they just like the manager that like doesn't set their lineup and make any moves and respond to trade offers. Like, yeah, maybe he's like, that guy drafted him and just hasn't like done anything since. But other than that, he should be sitting on waivers in most shallow draft leagues.
Yeah, I just checked and like wanted. Yeah, I think he actually is just like sitting on teams, which I don't know. That to me, that's just like,
it's just sort of like name brand. It's just like he's been fantasy relevant in the past and he's on the Chiefs and like everyone knows and loves the Chiefs and everything. So it's just like. It's just that. I mean, it has nothing to do with. I mean, he's done like nothing this year. I mean, I mean, how many double-digit fantasy point games would you guess that he has? I'm looking it up right now. What would you?
I'd say 2 off touchdowns. 2
touchdowns.
2 just purely because he scored a touchdown in that game. I think there's probably a game where he scored a touchdown and didn't even hit double digits. If I had to guess.
Actually, you are right. He has 2 touchdowns this season, and each in a different game. And those are the 2 weeks that he has double-digit fantasy points. So
I see.
Yeah, he's pretty much just a touchdown dependent. I mean, I don't even want to call him a flex spot because like I don't want him anywhere near my flex. Yeah. I mean, like he's a definition RB2 if you have nobody else. That's it.
Yeah, that's bad. And hey, Nahal's in chat. What's up, Nahal?
Hey, what's up? Good to have you here.
He says, how were our games last week? I'm assuming just is in like fantasy games.
Matchups.
Matchups, yeah. I had another really good week. There was that by Mageddon was like a terrible week for me. I've been really bouncing back again since then. Another really good week. It kind of felt like another disappointing week overall for total fantasy points scored again, but much better than the week before. What about you, Dan?
I think it was a pretty solid week. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to even like remember with so many leagues. Like, oh God, like what did I even go last week? But just in terms of like my overall impression, I feel like it was a pretty good week. I mean, of course, that Jahmyr Gibbs game, just like, I mean, that helped a lot. I mean, I guess I only have him in, I have him in 2 dynasty leagues, and I have him in my home redraft league. So yeah, having 3 shares of Jahmyr Gibbs going, like, I mean, that definitely made it like a really good week. So, I mean, that was huge. I mean, of course I won all 3 of my matchups where I had Gibbs. And actually probably like one of the biggest like pleasant surprises this season. And I hate to even be like too happy about it because, I mean, I feel like more often I'm getting like unlucky with like, a lot of points scored against me and that kind of thing. But what I just noticed in my home league this year? I have the least points scored against me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So, and it makes sense because the scoring is we have the league median thing. So my record now is, I believe, 16-8, which is, pretty darn good. Mm-hmm. And, but for most of the season, I've had like injuries, I've had players disappointing, and I really haven't felt like my team's been very good. Like for most of the season, it's just kind of like, this team's just like, totally mid and like probably isn't going to do anything. But like all of a sudden I'm looking at it and it's like, man, like not only am I 16-8, but like the roster's actually starting to look better. I feel like I've hit on a few waiver pickups and like all of a sudden I got some like decent depth and at the same time, like I have had some good luck. So it's kind of been a pleasant surprise. I've actually had a lot of bad luck in my home league.
Yeah.
So maybe this is my year to just get a little lucky. But I do feel like the team is starting to come into its own outside of just, the luck of not having many points against.
I'd rather be lucky than good in fantasy.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. I wonder with my league, man, because I've been just like pumping people. Like I have like 200 more points than like second place. But I wonder if I'm in the middle of a pack for points against, fifth in points against. I haven't checked that though. Yeah. I mean, you surely know it when you're the most points scored against.
Yeah. Hey, the Hall says I just traded for Baker, shaking my head, but I won anyways. Well, okay. Hey, I mean, like, I hate to say it, but I was definitely anti-Baker in our streams last week. I mean, I don't know what it was. I mean, call it intuition. I feel like we had a few good calls. I mean, I was also very anti-Lamar last week, and I love Lamar in general, but I was saying like I just don't think he's healthy, and sure enough, he puts up another dud. So. I mean, we named one of those streams the Lamar Jackson dilemma. I mean, I feel like we could have a part two to that because like the dilemma continues here, and I mean, I'm sure we'll get to the Ravens Bengals game here shortly, because that's gonna be another conundrum. Like, what the heck do you do with Lamar Jackson? It's a great matchup against the Bengals. It's probably one of those things again similar to last week where if your league is 4-point passing touchdowns. You're probably starting them unless you just have some other amazing option. And in 6-point, like it's probably a tough call between him and, if you have any number of other, quarterbacks that have been good this year and have been performing better lately. And, I mean, it's going to be a tough call.
Yeah, you cut out there at the beginning of what you were saying there, but we kind of resumed there. It caught most of that there, but okay. No, exactly. Yeah, you and the fantasy points guys there had it nailed with Lamar. I mean, I really wasn't that worried, and especially really part of the reason that I wasn't too worried about like him and versus the Jets is like Lamar doesn't really score like rushing touchdowns. Now I think it more so probably affects, I don't know what their argument was. Maybe it more affects just like his playmaking in general, because I mean he does put up points on the ground and all, but like. I mean, Lamar has just become such like a elite passer too that like, I mean, he's just slinging like 3-4 touchdowns. So maybe his play extension or something has been, I don't know, like nerfed. If that makes if that's a term you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Inhibited, but I don't know what to do with him. I don't own actually Lamar anywhere. So, I mean,
really?
I can just imagine if I own Lamar, maybe I would just. I don't know. I'd be looking to get Jacoby Brissett or whatever the best option on the waiver wire if I don't have another quarterback, and just kind of see if I can have a backup plan. And maybe like you do want to see if you have a Purdy or whoever has a good matchup, a good quarterback and a good matchup. If you got something like that, you could really justify at least for this week potentially playing him over. But if
Brissett plays the box, so like, what would you do in a league with 6-point passing touchdowns? Are you firing up Brissett over Lamar?
I mean, I really want to play Lamar, but like I will say, like Bucks is like such a good
Yeah.
match. And then Jacoby's already been like a QB1 like every week, so it's like, okay, I'll fall for it this week.
Okay.
I'll fall for I'll fall for it, and I'll put Brissett in just because this guy has been an animal. And I kind of want to be wrong on that. You know, if I'm a Lamar owner, like, please let him.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I wouldn't even mind like reverse jinxing him and just getting a good game out of him. So then at least I can feel good moving forward. So
yeah,
maybe that's the best thing you can do at this point. I don't know what else we can do. You know, obviously not much of it's in our control, but yeah, you know, it's fun to think about little superstitions like that, and
yep.
you know, delude ourselves into thinking that we actually have some impact on it. But in any case, here, let's catch up on the live chat, and then we'll get back to which player I should start here in Grease Bowl. But let's see here. We got Nahal says, do y'all think Baker is going to play? I'm deciding between Love and Purdy as backups. I mean, it seems like most of the fantasy platforms are like projecting him for points, but I feel like what I've heard about Baker like hasn't been good. So I don't know. It's sounding like maybe a bit of a 50-50 kind of situation. What do you think, Blake?
Yeah, I don't know too much. I mean, I saw some sleeper burbs saying it's not like serious, but I mean, I have no idea. Okay. I just don't know anything about it really.
Yeah, kind of sounds like a coin flip. I mean, maybe his chances of playing are better than I initially thought. So, I mean, there's at least a chance, but let's see. What did you ultimately ask here? You said, deciding between Love and Purdy as backups. I mean, yeah, I mean, Love's playing tomorrow. So, yeah, I mean, this is always the tricky situation when you're deciding between a player on Thanksgiving, you know, Thursday versus someone that's injured, questionable, and playing Sunday. So
that's difficult. Love and probably just, well, what does Baker play? So Sunday at noon or something? I mean,
I'm assuming.
Yeah, so the Niners play at noon Sunday, and the Bucks play at noon Sunday. So you'll at least know. I mean, between Love, like, I mean, again, the Lions seem like a good match, like a really good matchup. McCarthy put up like 19 points or something or more on him. Winston lighting him up. So like, I'm actually like kind of tempted to play Love though. Again, like I just think like Purdy's like a better like stock just play him, but he plays Cleveland this week, so I do think like a guy like Purdy. I mean, I know he had a bad week against the Panthers there, actually a brutal week, but I don't know. I'm not like too worried about him. So
I'm just firing up Jordan Love.
Yeah, it's like, this is one where the matchup though. I mean, like Cleveland's been really bad, so I wouldn't be surprised if Purdy outscores Love, but
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you could see some regression with Love. I mean, he's been so bad. I don't know. Maybe the Lions, man. Hey, you know, this is the Dan theory here.
Like I said, exactly. I mean, yeah, part of the theory is that if you're a talented player who's been struggling lately, like the get right game is against the Detroit Lions. And I mean, of course, Lions have been, you know, a very good team in recent years, but what was it? I mean, what year was it when I want to say it was even against the Packers on Thanksgiving where we were having like a great season. And then on Thanksgiving, we just got absolutely demolished. I believe by the Packers. What was that, like 2 years ago? Something like that?
Maybe that was Jaden Reed's like rookie year or something.
Something like that. I don't know. I'd have to look it up for sure, but it was just like it was just such a shock, and it's just like, my God, like even when the Lions are having this great season, I mean, there's this term around Detroit called "same old Lions" or SOL for short.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, here we go, SOL. Like when you least expect it, you know, just another gut punch on Thanksgiving. Because I mean, you know, and I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I always used to go to the Lions Thanksgiving game. In fact, I went to like I attended every Lions Thanksgiving game from like when I was like 5 until when I was like, I mean, probably somewhere around like 35, something like that. I mean, I was at like 30 straight Lions Thanksgiving games. So it was a tradition. I mean, like that's just what Thanksgiving was. We always went to the game. And I mean, my God, like there were a few good ones in there, but like most of the time, like, I mean, there were just so many bloodbaths of like the Lions just getting crushed and it just being like so depressing. And at a certain point, the only thing we had to root for is like, okay, well, make sure you have some fantasy players on the other team. So at least when the Lions are getting crushed, we can be happy that our fantasy team is doing well. So, I mean, my God, I mean, I remember like Peyton Manning throwing like 6 touchdowns against us one year on Thanksgiving. Like the first 3 were to Brandon Stokely, and then the touchdowns 4, 5, and 6 were to Marvin Harrison Sr.
Oh boy! So hey, fire up Jordan Love then. That's what
I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, just thinking of like all my past trauma of like horrible, you know, Thanksgiving games for the Lions. I mean, this just has Jordan Love bounce back written all over it if I ever saw it.
All right, we'll give that the stamp of approval then. Fire up Jordan Love, baby.
Fire up Jordan Love. Like, yeah, I mean, wherever you'd normally have him in your rankings, like, boost them up quite a bit, is what I would say.
That's some good insight there. I mean, you've lived it. The history.
I've lived
there,
it
so.
for decades, for literal decades.
Yeah.
And then we got Zixta in the chat. Welcome. He says, "What's up, guys? Bench one of these four options: Josh Jacobs, Rico Dowdle, Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker." He says it's a half PPR. So he also says leaning towards Kenneth Walker, but feels like a Dowdle dud spot against the Rams. Yeah, Dowdle's been kind of quiet lately. Like, I'm not really sure what to think of that. I mean, he could always explode when you least expect it if you bench him. But I don't feel like super inspired to like go out of my way to start him at this point. I mean, I think he's a fine start, but he's not like doesn't feel like an amazing one at the moment. What do you think?
I'd still leave him as. I mean, okay, like the Rams aside, I would still. I mean, like by Rico Dowdle's terms, I mean, we're just so spoiled by like the 40-point games or whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, he has like 15, and then like 12. He only had 6 carries last game, and that was just some weird like game script thing. I mean, I actually saw like Dave Canales like apologize to the team and to Rico Dowdle about like not running the ball. Wow. Like they just got away from it. So I'm really like, until proven otherwise, I'm just not gonna be too worried personally. But the Rams, I think they still haven't allowed a rushing touchdown. Dan, you told me the other week that the Rams hadn't allowed a rushing touchdown.
Oh, that's right. And then Kenneth Walker, what was it, like 2 games ago or whatever?
Oh, he did. Okay.
His touchdown against the Rams was like the first one all season, which was just crazy.
Yeah. So who are the Seahawks playing again? It's not New Orleans, is it?
But actually, I mean, what's funny is that, again, like, one of my theories lately is that I've been saying, like, if a good player's been struggling lately and then they have, like, the toughest possible matchup, like, they're guaranteed to go off. So I guess Dowdle could kind of fit into that category with the tough matchup against the Rams. So I think he's a fine start. I wouldn't call him a must bench or anything like that. Hardly.
Yeah.
He only has to bench one of these options. I mean, I think you got to play Jacobs. No question about that.
You got to fire him up.
And then wait, who are the Seahawks playing?
The Seahawks are actually playing the Vikings. That's right. So, yeah.
So what is that, kind of middle of the road matchup or bad?
You know what? It's been a pretty good matchup. It's been a pretty good one. I mean, the Vikings have been pretty bipolar. Like, okay, well, when they played the Lions, they were a terrible matchup apparently that week. I wouldn't be too afraid of it. I think the more of the questions are just like with Ken Walker himself. He's also on the injury report again, but let me look at his workload again. Let me get familiar with exactly what he did last week, because and
then look at your other options. Travis Etienne. Who the heck did the Jags play? I just feel bad for like not knowing all these like offhand.
Yeah, I know that.
The Jags are at the Titans. So I mean, on the season, that's a really good matchup. Lately, I know the Titans' run defense has been a little better.
Yeah. So
I would say it's probably like, at worst, it's probably like a middle-of-the-road matchup. So it's definitely not something you're shying away from at all.
I'd want to start Etienne over K9. Like, just that kind of 1v1 for me, it would be there. I mean, honestly, to me, it's K9 that I'm sitting, and I think...
Really?
I think the Vikings could be a good matchup for them. I don't even care what, like, the sleeper like color says on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Maybe I just don't have like too big of a gut feeling. It's half PPR. I just think those other guys can maybe find the end zone again. Like Dowdle can just be Rico Dowdle. It is a very tough matchup, so I wouldn't blame you. I would just personally I would lean sitting Ken Walker. Again, he bumps back down to 11 carries. Just it's not much there. I'm like too excited about. I mean, I'm hoping for a big game, but
yeah, it's so funny. I mean, this is just like the most like unscientific process ever, and I don't even know like why my mind goes here, but I just like remember like random big games from the past, and if I see like some kind of similarity, I think like, ooh, like maybe that could happen again. And so I just remember like, I mean, of course, I'm aging myself so bad here, but Sean Alexander, awesome running back on the Seahawks back in the day. There was a game, and I'm pretty sure it was at Seattle too, against the Vikings. Maybe, I mean, I don't know how old you would have been at the time, but like probably fairly young. But I remember like Alexander had like a 5-touchdown game against the Vikings. So I don't know, like could there be something about a Seahawks running back playing against the Vikings in Seattle? So I don't know. That's just where my mind goes. But Yeah, I mean, there's not like an obvious answer between the four of these. I would probably
Here's one thing
say,
I'll say. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Here's one thing I'll say for your decision here. You do gotta remember Max Brosmer is gonna be in for the Vikings, so it could go really bad. Like it could go very bad. So it could lead to a lot of
right.
opportunities for Seattle to run the ball. By the way, so
Yeah. I mean, it's on the surface such a stupid reason to want to start Kenneth Walker because of some like random game that Sean Alexander had like 20 years ago or whatever. But like, I don't know, like history repeats itself. Like, does it not? So, I mean, over the years, like I see history repeat itself, even in ways that don't even necessarily like make logical sense. But like, you just see the same things happening over and over again. So, take that with a grain of salt. Take that for what it's worth. Yeah, maybe Kenneth Walker is the guy you bench, but yeah, whether insane or not, like I want to start Kenneth Walker for some reason. So I'm probably between like maybe ETN and Dottle personally.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I probably just fire up ETN. It's a good matchup, and I want to start Dowdle personally, so I'll lean him over K9, but that's how I got there. Yeah.
I guess for the moment I'm benching Dottle. Don't feel amazing about it, but maybe it's kind of like a Lamar Jackson situation where I won't be too sad if he gets going, even if it's on my bench. I mean, I think those are all really solid options this week. So yeah, I'm saying Dottle. I'm saying bench Dottle. You're saying bench Kenneth Walker. So sorry for the split answer there, but hopefully our thought process helped you a little bit.
I mean, if Zigsta was thinking about ETN or something, that could really help him out, because maybe we're both saying to start ETN, so maybe that leans him in a direction. So
yeah.
Yeah, hopefully that helps you out, Zigsta. I believe he asked us last week about who said, I mean, if you're here, Zigsta, remind us if we did. I feel like we said Sid ETN, who had a pretty good game last week, if he was the one that asked that.
Here, we got to start 3 of these 5 players here. AJ Brown, Ladd, Ibuka, Rome, Henderson. What are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, dude, Henderson's such a strength. I mean, what a workload he got last game. So I'm still really into firing him up. But you got some good names there. So
yeah,
yeah. I mean, AJ Brown's coming off a big game.
Yeah. Let's see where everyone's playing. Oh god.
One second. Just gonna pop this up here real quick while I get it back. All right, Dan should be back in a moment. Okay, yeah, you are lagging on that side too, Zigsta. Good to know. Hopefully that fixes it. It's my internet. There's not too much I can do about it. There we go.
All right, we'll see if there's any better.
Yeah, hopefully that fixes it, because if it doesn't, there's really not too much we can do about it. But yeah.
So, kind of just like a whatever matchup. Puka home against the Cardinals, just kind of middle of the road. Did he pretty much have another kind of like dud game? I mean, he's really been pretty quiet lately.
Yeah, he has.
Oh god, yeah, you just froze again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here with this connection. Jeez. I mean, if it does it again here, we can always try to just reset the stream or something, but
yeah, I mean, I could try moving somewhere, but I mean, the Wi-Fi is usually good down here in the basement. I mean, I've streamed here before. I mean, I'm at my parents' house right now, but I've streamed here before. I mean, I'm sure you can remember seeing this background a few times over the over our time, But
I'm interested because sometimes it said a couple times like connection unstable, but
okay,
I'm not sure. Like, has it been popping up for you? Like.
Connection unstable? No, I haven't seen that anywhere.
Gotcha, because I've seen that a couple times, but a lot of the time it's been lagging. Like, it hasn't been popping up. So yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there.
I mean, I could try selecting this different Wi-Fi network where it has like I think it has like some kind of like Wi-Fi boost on it. I mean, should I try clicking on that?
I mean, you give it a try. Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of assuming it's me, but it could be you. I guess technically.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll give it a try here. I mean, it's worth it. Although
Yeah.
in the time we've been talking here for the last minute, it hasn't frozen, of course. So I don't know. Should we just leave it for
I guess
now?
just
And
leave.
let's leave it.
Oh God. Great timing on that.
I'll try this different Wi-Fi network. But yeah, apologies to everyone for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, we just froze. So.
All right. So oh God. Okay. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out. All right. We're trying it. We're trying it. All right. Well, what's the worst that could happen here? Okay.
Bear with us. You might lag out here.
We'll see if this is any better.
Okay.
Okay. So I think I'm on the new Wi-Fi signal now. So we'll see if this is any better. Can you hear me okay right now?
I can. Yeah, you're lagging a little bit right now, but like not in like the same way.
Stream.
You just all I heard was what's the status of the stream. Oh Lord. If anyone has any suggestions.
Are we still live, by the way?
Yeah, we're still live.
What?
Oh God.
Okay.
I'm just hitting speed test real quick before we hang it up. I just want to see what my internet's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, Connor and Todd's back in chat. Saying it's getting a little bit better, but we'll probably try to reset the stream in a hall, everyone. If you want to join back in a moment, I'm just waiting for this speed test to finish. I mean, it says my connection's fast, so I mean that's strange, but we can always try to just reset it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So just join back the.
Okay, so we'll reset.
Yeah, join back the stream in a couple minutes here, fellas.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. We'll be back.